Tonight, the FBI investigating a suspicious elevated stand that had a direct line of sight to President Trump exiting Air Force One at West Palm Beach International Airport. U.S. Secret Service agents discovered the stand Thursday before the president's arrival in Florida a day later, according to a spokesperson for the agency. A senior official familiar with the investigation said the stand was about 200 yards away from an area of the airport where Air Force One normally does not park, but that the plane did park there Friday due to construction. Agents spotted the stand while doing a new perimeter search ahead of the change. Investigators are looking into several possibilities, including whether it's an old hunting perch, a stand used by a photographer, or a possible threat. 3 sources familiar with the matter said the stand may have been in place for months, raising questions for experts. How much of a security concern is it that the stand could have been there for many months?
No, it's a huge concern. Is it a legitimate hunting stand? Is it there for nefarious purposes? And who put it there?
This comes during a time of heightened anxiety over political violence.
Right, man. Here's the thing, man. These people is retarded. They dumb as hell. They don't want peace. They don't want democracy, even though they call themselves trying to stand for it. The leftist, Democratic, Liberal Party has lost their mind. They will never, ever win another presidential election again. The Democrats will not. They have been exposed. Donald Trump is literally exposing that whole party as being nothing but a homosexual terrorist group. That's all it is. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Many young people have opened their eyes to the knowledge of the truth and coming out of that mess. Many black people and Hispanics are starting to open their eyes and come out of that mess and seeing how deceived they were. President Trump numbers continue to go up and up. And I'm just going to keep it real, man. He literally is on the front line taking care of business. And they continue to spew this false rhetoric, calling him racist and all that. Man, let me tell you something, man. That man ain't racist, okay? Dude in there literally taking care of business, man. People don't do their homework. They not paying attention to what's going on. That dude is literally on the front line handling business, putting in work. He over there ending wars. He over here fighting against crime. Like when he bought in the military and things like that, and he bought ICE them in and National Guards, crime has went down in Memphis, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Illinois, Minnesota. They ain't playing no games, man. And rightfully so. You want action, he doing action. At the same time, taking care of the American people. This is what the Democratic Party is doing. They trying to raise the alarm on something that's not there pertaining to Trump. They want to deceive the people who are ignorant of him to not pay attention to the things that he's doing that's actually making America better in parts of the world also. What they want to do, they the ones who starting all the problems. They the ones who starting chaos. They the ones who doing the rioting and things like that. What they want to do is, because he's doing so good in his second term now, and they trying to cause the problem in it to make it seem as though it's bad, because in reality, he actually taking care of business. And he doing business for the American people that's making it better for us to be more wealthier as a nation in people and family. If you look at his policies and what he's doing and things like that. What they want to do is cause problems to try to blind you from what he's doing to make it seem as though this happening on his watch. They don't want peace on his watch, because what happens is, what it does is open your eyes to how good the Republicans are doing when it comes to, I ain't gonna even say Republicans for the most part, what he's doing as the president. So they want to cause problems while he is fixing the problems. And they trying to do it to make it attached to his term. They do this all the time. You know what I mean? They do this all the time because they don't want the American people seeing, like, you know what? He is making things better. He is cleaning up a lot of these hot spots that's going on. He is actually on the front line for the American people. They trying to Wipe y'all minds of that so y'all won't see it. So they causing all these problems everywhere. Here's the thing. He can't even run again. Why they so mad and angry? He already the president. You ain't going to stop it. Trying to assassinate him ain't going to stop it. Because JD have his same views. He ain't going to do nothing but pick up where he left off from, and so on and so on and so on. But you don't get, when y'all do that, that hurts y'all even worse. No one rallies around that. What it's doing is exposing them as being a terrorist group. That's what it's doing. And the FBI and them need to really, really get on top of that and actually make an example out of them, because that's exactly what they're doing. They got these homosexual radical groups going on, arming themselves with military weapons, and they are terrorists on American soil. And they need to launch investigations on those groups and shut them down, because they are out of their mind and they trying to take control over the government and force homosexuality on everybody. That's what they doing. They have homosexual terrorist groups on our soil right now trying to kill Republicans and Christians. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. The person who killed Charlie Kirk, homosexual. The person who attempted to kill Donald Trump both times, they were two homosexuals. And they got this homosexual groups out that's actually trying to go against anything that's right and positive. That's why they killed Charlie Kirk, because they figured that he was a threat and he was the voice for America and Jesus Christ and for the Republican Party. And they couldn't stop him and couldn't handle him in a debate. So they killed him, thinking that it was going to help them. In fact, it made things worse. That was the Achilles heel that just actually destroyed y'all party. That right there did it. Thousands and thousands of people started leaving as a result of that. Get up out of here, man. Them people is terrible. And they are terrible, terrible, terrible. And it's even worse when you call yourself a Christian that's a part of the Democratic Party. That's terrible. Because any born-again, Bible-believing Christian who know the word of God, who really love God, you will never be a part of no Democratic Party. Your views 9 times out of 10 is going to line up with the Republicans than the Democratic Party. When I was ignorant and stupid and running the streets as a gangbanger, I believed in the Democratic Party. But when I became a Bible-believing Christian and reading that word of God and started growing in God and knew who he was, the Democratic Party was easily something to turn from. Easily something to turn from. Get up out of here. Because that's all it is. It's a God-hating, family-hating, baby-hating, homosexual supporting group. That's all it is. They hate God. They hate children. They hate family. That's all it is. It's terrible. Wicked and evil on every level. They don't want y'all to see what he's doing as the president. Man ain't even been in office for 1 year yet and been taking care of business. Like literally taking care of business. And what they want to do is cause a problem because they don't want y'all to see how good he been doing. Because when y'all see how good he be doing, guess what it's going to do? Make you really consider the Republican Party. So they want to be the irritation, and they want to be the distraction, and they want to be the problem within it. They don't want to work with this man. They want to work against him. They don't want to work for positivity. They don't want to work for liberty and freedom. They are against that. At the same time, trying to make it seem like they for that. These people are fake. You never even heard of none of this stuff like this before he became the president. When that man wasn't the president, you didn't hear all them saying none of that stuff about him and things like that. Man became president, now he's the most evil person in the world. And they don't really have nothing to stand on but false back in the day past statements that he don't even represent as being the president of the United States, by which you can see the evidence of his work actually works. Like black people is more successful during his term of presidency than we ever was under any other president. Like, what are we doing here? These people just terrible. They evil and wicked. Pay attention to what they doing. They're exposing themselves everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, they're exposing themselves. They're not for the American people. They trying to fight against him, removing the illegals from over here. They trying to fight against that. Why would you fight against that when they over here illegally? This is the United States of America. He's supposed to defend the people. They taking jobs. They hurting the economy, but you're going to make it seem like they is, but they not helping the economy. They hurting the economy because they making things harder for everybody else. They hate that. These people are killers. They murderers and killers, and their spirits is under the influence of Satan himself. That's why they doing that. Terrible. Terrible. But they ain't doing nothing but making things better for him. Look, 3 failed attempts, and they continue to make him his security even spike up even more to make it that much harder for y'all, to make it actually even come and indict y'all even more. The more y'all try to do them attempts and they fail, the more you allow them to apply pressure and lock down and close in on y'all whole enterprise. That's all y'all doing every time. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop it. These people want war to kick off. I'm talking about within the United States. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. Like, these people terrible, man. These people are evil. They evil to the core. Evil to the core. Going straight to hell. They are terrible. You know the United States people, you know the Americans are tired of them, man. Anytime this man could be convicted of 36 felonies and still win the presidency, they're going to show you that they tired of the Democratic Party. Well, you let a guy who convicted of 36 felonies become the president and win by a landslide. They go to show you that the Democratic Party is over. And that's why they so mad. That's why they so angry. And they want to try to stump out any positivity that's actually being done. They fight against it because they don't want people to see how good the Republican Party is for the American people. So they causing the problem. That's exactly what they doing. I guarantee you, if they shut the hell up and start working with them, America will be even more better. They are the problem. Nobody else is the problem. They paying protesters to come out in large numbers to make it seem as though the people fed up. No, the people ain't fed up. You're paying people to do that to make it seem as though that's how they really feel. They paying people, busting them in, state from state to protest. Paying them money. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Get up out of here. And it still ain't work. And you're still losing. Terrible. The Democratic Party is terrible. It's nothing but a homosexual institute at this point. That's all it is. That's all it is. And people are waking up to it. People's eyes are open to it. Let me show y'all.
Armed Queer Salt Lake City, or SLC, is now under intense federal scrutiny after Kirk, the 31-year-old co-founder of Turning Point USA, was shot dead during an event at Utah Valley University last week. His alleged killer, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, was arrested just hours later. The FBI is probing whether Robinson acted alone or as part of a broader network. Deputy Director Dan Bongino told Fox News investigators are examining multiple warning signs and whether others may have aided or encouraged Robinson. Bongino added, "We'll also be dropping a lot of subpoenas out there, hinting at possible links to online groups and activist circles." Republican Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna has directly linked Armed Queers Salt Lake City to Tyler Robinson, calling it an extended network under FBI investigation. Luna also questioned possible funding connections between the group and left-wing benefactors, raising concerns about broader affiliations. Utah Governor Spencer Cox described Robinson as deeply indoctrinated with leftist ideology.
Now let me tell you a little bit more about this organization. It was founded by an Iranian trans-identified male who goes by the name Ermaya Fenaian. I don't think I pronounced that correctly, but I tried my best, okay? In addition to having founded Armed Queers SLC, Ermaya has worked for Bernie Sanders' political campaign, Elizabeth Warren's political campaign, and Ermaya is an organizer for PSL, a communist organization. You know those violent anti-immigration protests that have happened across America? Well, PSL has been involved in those, and Ermaya is one of the organizers for PSL. So that's just to give you a bit of a background about the founder of Armed Queers SLC. Right after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, this organization took down all of their social media, and Ermaya has privated his accounts. The last thing that I wanted to share my thoughts on are those messages that Tyler Robinson allegedly sent his gender-confused boyfriend immediately after the shooting. I've watched a lot of people share their thoughts on it, but there was one very obvious thing that I haven't seen anyone catch, so I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. So on the screen is the charging documents for Tyler Robinson, and it says here on September 10th, 2022, so this is a typo, should be 2025, but on September 10th, 2025, the roommate protests that have happened across America.
See, it's nothing but a terrorist group. It's all it is. It's a terrorist group, and they coming at anybody who believe in God, anybody who speak against abortion, anybody who speak against homosexuality, anybody that's for the fight for life. It's nothing but satanic, twisted, sedition, wicked, evil. It's a satanic campaign now. That's all it is. They are the ones doing all the violence around the country. And they trying to do it on Donald Trump's watch because he's making a difference in doing things the right and correct way for the better of the American people. And they're fighting against it because they don't want people seeing how good he doing his term so that it could show how good the Republican Party is for the United States. So they trying to be the agitators in this situation. Just think about that, man. These people are evil. You can't get around the history and background and what's out here to actually attach them to the violence and things that's been going on. They start this stuff. They keeping all this stuff up. They literally trying to take over the country and force homosexuality down the world's throat at any cost. Look what this dude got on his shirt. Look what he got. Look what he wearing on his shirt. Let me just show you this. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. Let me see.
Has been involved in those, and Ermaya is one of the organizers for PSL. So that's just to give you a bit of a background about the founder.
About broader affiliations. Utah Governor Spencer Cox described Robinson as deeply indoctrinated with leftist ideology.
Now let me tell you a little bit more about this organization. It was founded by an Iranian trans-identified male who goes by the name Ermaya Fenaian. I don't think I pronounced that correctly, but I tried my best, okay? In addition to having founded Armed Queers SLC, Ermaya has...
Right there. Look at the shirt. Defend equality. Homosexual with guns. This ain't equality. What this is submission. It's nothing but a terrorist group. It's telling them to literally arm themselves and basically kill anything that's against their agenda. That's what it's literally saying. And that's why the FBI and them finna get every last one of them and shut them down. Donald Trump and them finna get every last one of them. They gone. But what they doing is looking for a bigger indictment thing to get them all. They evil practices all finna catch up with every last one of them. And we gonna see your so-called equal rights. Oh, you want to be, you a woman, you want to be a man? Okay, well, you going to be thrown into a woman's prison. You a man, want to be a woman? You're going to a man's prison. How about that? Come on now. These people are evil. Y'all better pay attention to what's going on because they doing this under y'all eyes. under y'all eyes. Wake the hell up and see what these people are doing. Wake up, because they doing it. They here and they are doing it. They trying to force y'all to actually become liars, God haters, baby haters, and they trying to literally make y'all be an enemy to the living God by accepting their agenda. They is terrible. People are evil. They evil. For real. Terrible. It's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's your dad go right there. Take a good look at it. That's what they doing. They're trying to kill Christians and Republicans because they know that the majority of all Republicans are Christians who go against their views. Well, come on with it, because we ready.